So why would Moses' skin glow after being in the presence of the Lord? Great question. In Exodus 34, when Aaron and all the Israelites saw Moses, the skin of his face shone. They were afraid to come near him. But Moses called out to them, so Aaron and all the leaders of the community returned to him, and Moses spoke to them. Afterward, all the Israelites came near, and he commanded them to do everything the Lord had told him on Mount Sinai. And when Moses had finished speaking with them, he put a veil over his face. But whenever Moses went before the Lord to speak with him, he would remove the veil until he came out. After he came out, he would tell the Israelites all that he had been commanded. And the Israelites would see that Moses' face was radiant. Then Moses would put a veil over his face again until he went to speak with the Lord. Now, typically, whenever we're talking about the reason why Moses' face shone, we get hung up on the fact that he spoke with God. And so our response to it is typically, well, Moses was with God and therefore his skin shone. Okay, but why? And the reason why we get hung up on it is in Exodus 34, before what I just read, it says, as Moses descended from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hands as he descended the mountain, he did not realize that the skin of his face shone as a result of speaking with the Lord. However, the same exact thing happens in Exodus 31 and 32, that Moses finishes speaking with God on Mount Sinai, and God gives him the 2 tablets of the testimony, stone tablets inscribed by the finger of God. And in that instance, Moses' face is not shining. So what we see in Exodus 34 is a result of something that happened between Exodus 34 and Exodus 31. Now, in Exodus 32, the first time that Moses comes down from Mount Sinai with the tablets of the testimony, he encounters the Israelites worshiping a golden calf. Now, an interesting fact about this particular moment is that at about the same time that God is giving Moses the instruction on how temple worship is to be conducted and how to build the tabernacle and all of its utensils and objects, it's the same time that Aaron is constructing the golden calf for the people to worship. So at the same time that Moses is receiving instruction about how to properly worship God, the Israelites are defiling it. And so Moses comes down off of Mount Sinai. He sees this idolatrous worship coupled with gross sexual immorality. And that day, about 3,000 Israelites die. And so in Exodus 33, there's this discussion that starts to unfold between Moses and God. God has effectively told Moses that he is done with the people. He won't kill them. He'll send his angel to lead them into the promised land, but he himself will not go with them. And Moses begins interceding on behalf of the nation of Israel and asks this question: how will it be known that I and your people have found favor with you unless you go with us? I and your people will be distinguished by this from all the other people on the face of the earth. It's important to note that the conversation that's happening in Exodus 33 and 34 is really a culmination of the conversation that's been had since Genesis 4. God used to dwell with his people on the earth. We